This is the first big scandal, I'd say, of the Trump administration.
But a lot of big people went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's not a fake media scandal like the left tries to create for President Trump every other day. It's one of the right's own making, and it's not going well.
Megyn Kelly on her show has been talking about Pam Bondi's days are numbered.
So she's either lazy and incompetent, or she willingly humiliated some of the president's most loyal supporters. Neither one of those is good, and that's why I'm sorry, but I'm going to predict her days are numbered.
Like Megyn Kelly, I go on her show a lot. She's a wonderful person. She's very bright, and she has much better inside sources than I do. However, I think the way to approach the question is, how did someone who was an ex-teacher, not that I'm a teacher, so I'm not making fun of them, how do you end up worth $500,000 without any clear, demonstrable stock market savvy or investment, hedge fund, nothing?
I'll sit down with all three of them. Give me Bondi, Patel, and Bongino for 2 hours. Nothing, no holds barred. I can ask anything. And then the audience can see whether they're truth tellers. And I care about them. I don't know Pam as well, but though I know Pam, I don't dislike Pam. I really don't. We go back years at Fox News. Dan is the only one who I consider an actual personal friend.
The more you read about Jeffrey Epstein and the more you see what he was doing in his Caribbean sanctuary and his New York penthouse, he was basically using people to get access to financiers, CEOs, very powerful people. Then he would invite him on his plane, go down the Caribbean, have him come in, and he was surrounded by this harem of young women, many of them underage.
Keep some distance between yourself and the administration, even when they're your friends. You have to be able to report honestly on them and to call out bullshit when you think you smell it.
And then we know, and there's no reason why that would be true. Most people have security. I put security cameras in my farm, but I would never put them inside. You know, every interior space was kind of like Diddy did the same thing. And so he was trying to lure people in and then capture them on tape interacting with his women. And then he would go to them and he would say, I will offer to be your money manager. I will offer to be in your investment, meaning, would you like these things to surface? So most of the money that was paid on an annual basis went to him. And from what we can tell, if the going rate, say on T-bills or something, was 4%, he would get you 4%. He didn't do anything. He just didn't lose the money. So in their way of thinking, well, he's not that great, but I'm not going to lose money, and he's going to take a fee. And he was blackmailing people.
I don't think President Trump is focused on this. He's focused on a lot of other things which are going great, and he needs to be focused on those other things.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. Are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
So when Pam Bondi announced that she had this information on her desk, I think they came in thinking this is an open and shut case. Now we have access to DOJ, FBI, CIA files, and we'll find out who was being blackmailed and who had visited the den, so to speak. So she said that, I think, in February.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
So something has happened from now until then. It's not just Pam Bondi. I agree with Megyn, but I'm just saying that they all pulled back. And I think the only rational explanation is somebody came to them and said, oh my God, you don't want to go through all those pictures. There are some very, 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 very important people who, I'm not saying they were caught in flagrante delicto in the act of sex or being serviced, but they were there. And if they released all those names or videos, they would have very prominent people who would say, this is terrible. I just went over to check on my investments. And I got Bill Clinton went on the Lolita Express. I just went on I think even Alan Dershowitz said he went on the plane. I just went on there to see what's going on. He was my client, or I was checking my investment. And therefore, I'll be defamed. I'll be ruined. And I think that's why they pulled out. That's a charitable explanation.
But there's another side to the coin.
The uncharitable is there were very powerful people, left and right, Democratic, Republican, who said, don't do that. And then maybe they were big donors or something. So I'm not saying they were bought off at all. I'm just thinking that I think they went in there without any idea how many people were on those cameras or on those lists. And they didn't see the upside in releasing them because they had no proof that all the people on the list or on the camera had done anything wrong. But they weren't going to, I think what Megan is saying, if they haven't done anything wrong, let the stuff come out. And then they can explain it. But I don't think that happened.
Pam Bondi. She has never missed an opportunity to go on television and dangle sweet nothings that might be coming your way. Try to lead you to believe that she's got it. It's on her desk. It's coming tomorrow. You're going to see something on Epstein. And it was a tease. So you either believe that Pam Bondi was telling the truth then or that she's telling the truth now. But both cannot be true. She was either lying when she went on Fox News all those times saying, I've got it, we're looking at it, wait until you see it, it's horrible. Or she's lying in her 2-page memo that they released on a Sunday night at the tail end of a holiday weekend to Axios, as if Axios is where we all go for our news. She went to someone she knew would not kick the tires on the story, and without signing the memo, dropped it in the dead of night and said, that's it, take the crumbs and be happy.
So, do you agree with Megyn
presser.
Kelly and Victor Davis Hanson? Has your trust in Trump been dented with how he's been handling the Pam Bondi flop? Or do you think he's still playing the long game? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious where you stand.